are bad. Maybe because the information you had to make that specific decision was not the best because there's a junk in and junk out. But other decisions are bad because the leader that is making those decisions was somewhat depleted. You know, and that second category, decisions being made by depleted leaders, that is more dangerous and guess what? Actually harder to see from the outside. It's hard to see if this leader is depleted and making this decision under this condition. And guess what? When you are exhausted, when you are exhausted, urgency can feel like the truth. I mean, some things that are just urgent, it can feel to you like, oh, this is true. Irritation can actually feel like discernment, and fear can feel like wisdom. You're making decisions out of fear, and to you, it's like, oh, I'm making these decisions out of wisdom. And a temporary, maybe state can make permanent decisions. It can make permanent decisions. I am Dr. Vivian Atud, and guess what? My work sits at the intersection of leadership, sits at the intersection of transformation, of entrepreneurship, of human flourishing, and AI, especially responsible AI. I want to in this life, if you're joining us live in any of our communities, today I just want to give you a simple rule for high stake decisions. Um, Guess what? And this rule will show you why sleep and recovery belong inside responsible decision. It belongs inside your strategy. And I'll walk you through the next few minutes. Four questions that can actually protect you from making tomorrow's decisions, bad decisions. You want to make tomorrow's decisions, very excellent decisions. You don't want to make tomorrow's decisions through today's exhaustion. And I'm talking about why sleep is part of your strategy. Guess what? Your physical and emotional condition influence what you notice. It influences what you see. I mean, those who joining us live on any of our platforms, put some fires in the chat. Always a pleasure having you here on the program. I am Dr. Vivian Atud, and welcome to the channel. Today we are talking about the importance of sleep, of rest, of recovery to your decision making quality, because your physical, your emotional conditions influence what you notice. It influences what you see. It influences how you feel about situations and how much patience you actually bring to situations, how much patience you bring to ambiguity. And guess what? Research by the NIH actually shows us that sleep supports important brain function. I mean, I'm not brain expert, but I read these things and they tell you a good sleep is associated with better brain performance and your mood. I mean, when you become moody, you become irritable, maybe you just need some sleep. This doesn't mean that every tired decision is wrong, no. You can still make good decisions when you are tired, but it means fatigue as a condition can actually account for some part of the things you ignore when you make decisions. And if the decision is irreversible, think about making permanent decisions. If a decision, it's an emergency, sometimes delays can hinder them. But what is your state of mind that can help you to evaluate your decisions so that you make a better decision? So before any major decision, ask, what are the facts? What are the facts? What am I feeling? Is it time sensitive? Is it something that can wait? What can wait? Leaders often fuse about categories. I feel anxious because delay can be a wrong strategy at this point. Maybe you're feeling angry and you are looking at, oh, I need to be able, this must happen today. These decisions must be made today. And guess what? And when you begin to feel, I need the answer now, naming the state, naming how you feel, naming all those things can actually allow you to understand your emotions without leaving your emotions to mask the evidence that you actually need to make good quality decisions. Because guess what? You need proper evidence. You need the right evidence to actually get good quality decisions. And for me, like I said, your physical state, you need to understand your physical state. The next shift you want to be thinking about in terms of making better decisions is you want to separate signal from state. Before any major decisions, ask, what are the facts? What am I feeling? Is it time sensitive? So number one, you need to look at the state. You need to look at what is the signal? How am I feeling? What is the evidence? And guess what? The shift number three you want to think about is you want to use the 24-hour irritation rule for decisions involving, maybe you want to fire somebody, maybe you want to get out of a particular deal, maybe you want to invest your money. I mean, something that involves serious stakes. You're getting into a partnership, you're committing emotionally to something, and you are feeling tired. You want to take a break and really pause and draft. Maybe you want to send an email that is consequential, an email that is important for your business. Maybe you need some sleep, some recovery, so that you can actually think properly the next morning before you respond. And for me, many high achievers are often praised. They are praised for bringing decisive decisions to matters and to different boardrooms. But guess what? To become decisive, you need to be someone who is always emotionally. You have an emotional tank that is being filled. And before you are able to make that kind of decisions and bring that kind of value, you need to be someone who actually protects what is important. So as you go out this day and begin to make decisions, for me, you want to say, I'm not going to carry emotional weight. Maybe you slept on the bad side. Maybe someone offended you. You have to begin to ask yourself, what conditions am I in? What conditions am I in? And you want to write down the fact, and you want to separate facts from your feeling, because guess what? Your feelings can be wrong, but the facts will guide you to make the right decisions. And I love the book of James that tells us that ask for wisdom. You need wisdom, ask for wisdom. And sometimes you just need to read a new book. Sometimes you just need some guidance. And wisdom is not panic. Wisdom is something that you need as far as your decision making is concerned. And I want you, as you go out this week, begin to think about the decisions that you need to make. Maybe you're starting a new podcast. Maybe you're starting a new YouTube channel. Maybe you're doing something very consequential for your business. You need to think about your state, and you need to be able to say, I am not going to make any serious decision this week while I am emotionally depleted. I am going to make sure that I get the rest that I need to make the decisions that I want. If you're joining us for the first time, please follow this channel if we're making sense to you, if it's helped you to think more clearly. If it's helped you to think more wisely, join our community. Check the links in the description. And tomorrow I will see you early and bright, and I will be talking about calendars. I like working with calendars, and it will be an important and really exciting conversations. Thank you for joining us again live, and I will